11 bizarre vitamin D deficiency symptoms you've never heard of. Hey guys, today I'm going to share 11 bizarre, wild symptoms of vitamin D deficiency. Now, most people know the usual symptoms, things like low back pain, depression, high blood pressure, inflammation, autoimmune diseases, and so on. But today, I'm willing to bet that you haven't heard of these strange symptoms. I'm going to break this video into two parts. The first section is for those of you who want just the basic, no-nonsense information, quick and easy. Then, for those of you who like the science behind it all, I'll dive deeper into the mechanisms and reasons why these symptoms happen in the second part. Just so you know, vitamin D is not just a vitamin. It's a critical hormone that impacts around 10% of your genes. When you get your blood tested for vitamin D, keep in mind it only measures the inactive form, not the active vitamin D that's working inside your cells. So don't be fooled. Your blood levels don't always match what's going on inside your body. And before I dive in, I've got to mention something interesting. There's been a lot of suppression of vitamin D research, especially in the mainstream medical world. And part of the reason for that is because vitamin D competes with some of the top-selling drugs in the market. I've had debates with leading researchers in the field, and trust me, it gets intense. But let's not get sidetracked. Let's dive into these bizarre symptoms. 1. Excessive sweating on the head. Okay, here's a strange one. Sweating excessively on your head. It's actually a common early sign of vitamin D deficiency, especially in infants. But it can happen to adults too. If you notice your head sweating more than usual, even in cool conditions, it could be your body's way of telling you that you're low in vitamin D. 2. Sweating at night, even when it's cool. Now, if you're waking up in the middle of the night with damp sheets or a wet pillow, and the room is cool, this could be a sign of vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D helps regulate the immune system, and when you're deficient, your immune system can go haywire, triggering night sweats as part of an overactive immune response. 3. Mood swings and irritability. Feeling like you're on an emotional roller coaster? 1 minute you're fine, the next you're angry or sad. Vitamin D plays a crucial role in regulating mood and emotions by influencing neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. So if you find yourself feeling unusually irritable or unstable, it might be tied to a vitamin D deficiency. 4. Fatigue and lack of motivation. Feeling drained, no energy to get things done, and lacking motivation. It's crazy, but low vitamin D levels are directly connected to fatigue. Vitamin D helps produce energy at the cellular level, and without enough, your body just doesn't have the energy to stay productive. 5. Anxiety and panic attacks. Now, anxiety and panic attacks aren't always just about stress. Sometimes they can be linked to low vitamin D levels. Vitamin D plays a key role in regulating the nervous system and stress response. When you're deficient, you might experience heightened anxiety or even full-blown panic attacks. 6. Muscle pain and achiness, especially in the back, hips, and legs. Here's another one. People often overlook chronic muscle pain or deep aches in the lower back, hips, or legs. Vitamin D is crucial for calcium absorption, which is necessary for proper muscle function and bone health. Without it, your muscles and bones start to feel sore and weak. 7. Joint stiffness, especially in knees and fingers. Vitamin D is essential for maintaining cartilage and joint health. If you're low in vitamin D, you might notice stiffness or discomfort in your joints, particularly in your knees or fingers. This stiffness can also be accompanied by pain, which might get worse with movement. 8. Chronic fatigue syndrome. Vitamin D plays a huge role in mitochondrial function, the tiny powerhouses inside your cells that generate energy. Without enough vitamin D, your mitochondria don't work efficiently, leading to extreme tiredness or chronic fatigue syndrome. It's like your battery is running on empty and you can't recharge. 9. Cognitive sluggishness and brain fog. Struggling to think clearly, having trouble concentrating or making decisions. Vitamin D is essential for proper brain function, and a deficiency can lead to cognitive fog, poor memory, and slow decision-making. It's like you have too many tabs open in your brain and nothing is loading fast enough. 10. Weak immune system and frequent illness. Vitamin D is a major player in immune health, and if you're low on it, your immune system might not be functioning properly. This can lead to frequent colds, infections, and even autoimmune conditions. If you notice that you're catching every bug that's going around, it could be time to check your vitamin D levels. 11. Difficulty feeling satisfied after eating, leading to overeating. Here's a weird one. Feeling unsatisfied after meals, no matter how much you eat. Vitamin D helps regulate leptin, a hormone that tells your brain when you're full. A deficiency can mess with this signal, making you feel constantly hungry and potentially leading to overeating. All right. Now, for those of you who want to know why these symptoms happen, let's dive into the mechanisms behind each one. Here's the thing. Your head has more sweat glands than other areas of your body. When vitamin D levels are low, it can affect the autonomic nervous system, which controls sweating. This leads to the strange symptom of excessive head sweating, especially in infants, but also in adults. Night sweats are often linked to immune dysfunction. When vitamin D levels are low, your immune system can become overactive, and your hypothalamus, the part of your brain that regulates body temperature, gets confused, triggering excessive sweating. This can be similar to how a fever works when you're sick. Vitamin D influences your brain chemistry, including the production of serotonin, which helps regulate mood. Without enough vitamin D, you might experience mood instability. It's thought that vitamin D helps control the HPA axis, the system that manages your stress hormones. So, a deficiency can lead to high cortisol and a roller coaster of emotions. Vitamin D is essential for ATP production, the energy currency of your cells. When vitamin D is low, your body doesn't make enough ATP, and you feel tired and sluggish. This lack of energy can make it hard to stay motivated and productive, even on days when you're well rested. Low vitamin D affects the balance of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which regulate mood and stress response. When these neurotransmitters are out of balance, it can lead to heightened anxiety or even panic attacks. It's a direct link between a deficiency and a dysregulated stress response. Magnesium and calcium are essential for muscle relaxation, and vitamin D is crucial for the absorption of both. When you're low in vitamin D, your muscles can become weak and achy. The pain is typically deep and aching, especially in weight-bearing areas like your lower back, hips, and legs. Vitamin D is vital for maintaining cartilage and bone health. Without it, your cartilage can break down more quickly, leading to inflammation and stiffness in your joints, especially in areas like the knees and fingers. The lack of vitamin D affects collagen production, which keeps your joints lubricated and mobile. Fatigue can be linked to mitochondrial dysfunction. Vitamin D plays a role in mitochondrial health, and without it, your energy production at the cellular level becomes impaired. This can lead to chronic fatigue or even the reactivation of certain viral infections like Epstein-Barr, which is linked to chronic fatigue syndrome. Vitamin D receptors are found in the brain, and vitamin D helps with neurotransmitter production and communication between brain cells. When vitamin D levels drop, cognitive functions like memory, focus, and decision-making slow down, leading to brain fog and difficulty concentrating. Vitamin D is crucial for regulating the immune system. It activates certain immune cells, like T cells and macrophages, which help fight off infections. Without sufficient vitamin D, your body's immune response is compromised, making you more susceptible to illnesses. Vitamin D influences leptin, the hormone that tells your brain you're full. When vitamin D is low, leptin's signal gets weaker, which means your body keeps craving food even when you've eaten enough. This can lead to overeating and weight gain. So, there you have it. 11 bizarre symptoms of vitamin D deficiency you might not have heard of before. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, it might be worth getting your vitamin D levels checked. Remember, vitamin D is more than just a vitamin. It's a crucial hormone that affects many aspects of your health. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more health tips and information.